So support or no support, the show must still go on. That is a message that not only myself, but Ty Supreme adopts and lives by day in and day out. When he really started music back in 5th grade and it really started coming together all in 8th grade, there was a lot that came with it. He watched people give up on himself. He watched people lose motivation. He even watched his own closest friends and family not necessarily support and value everything that he had going on. Whether when it came to music, they told him to do other things or pursue other careers. But ultimately, what did Ty do? Invested and continued to bet and believe on himself. And now it speaks for itself. So being able to actually catch Ty perform at the Valentine's and Create Showcase back in February, I'd be remiss if I didn't bring him on the Down to Business podcast. And man, he did not disappoint, just from the performance, just from what's next and from what you can expect to him. And even those who've never heard of him, when you type his name into Apple Music, what type of vibe you can expect. So I won't do any more talking. I'll let him and I'll let the music do the speaking. Without further ado, enjoy episode 142, Destined for Greatness. All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Down to Business podcast. Here with Tamar Turner. Look, I told y'all I'm making it a mission of mine to do more live interviews, connect with more live people. But I honestly got to give a big shout out to Todd for this one, because he was somebody who, when I met him, when I reconnected with him, reached out to him, I actually met him at a showcase. Big shout out to my boy, Jay Coachman, man, bringing together the Tampa artists, creatives, and everything like that. So Ty actually performed at one of the, I believe it was the Valentine's and Create event that Jay did. Yeah, and so pretty much connected with him afterwards, talked to him, everything like that. You good, bro? And reached out to him and told him how I do the podcast, when I have him on, everything like that. And he told me, hey, bro, can we do it live? And that made my day, because it was just like, y'all, people who've been following along with the podcast for a while, y'all know what I like to do. Y'all know if I could have it my way, every interview would be live. But just due to the pandemic, due to some things just coming out of our control, we've had to go virtual. But nonetheless, still keep the show going, keep the ball rolling. But when Ty hit me with that, I said, oh, well, let's get it. You know, for me, I feel like I do great interviews. We're 140 plus episodes in at this point, but them live ones, they just send a different chill through my spine, bro. So I just really be ready for it. So Ty, I got to give a big shout out to you for that. But another reason why I really was happy to have you here was because something that you spoke on at the event was you felt like, just being in this area, being around here, performing locally, everything like that, that a lot of places don't necessarily support local artists, local talent, or try to shun y'all away or different things like that. And that really spoke to me, bro, because a big reason why I started this podcast was because, I wanted everybody out there to be a household name. I recognize that it's so much talent out here. There's so many people who do great things. There's so many people who are doing great things, and they don't necessarily get that exposure because of resources, because of people, because of whatever have you. So the fact that, you came out, you did your thing, man. I'm still listening to Sleepless Nights to this day.
Yeah, bro,
so you did your thing, bro. So
he hard,
I'm happy for that, bro. So for everybody out there, I know we got some people on your side, some people on my side. How you doing, bro? How's everything on your end?
Bro, life has been good. And once again, thank you for being part of this podcast, bro. It's definitely a blessing, man. I'm great to be here. Bro, life has been a blessing, man. Just working continuously, bro, on everything, music videos, even this, bro. I just love the progression. I love the growth, man. Like, it's just a beautiful thing to see on my mama.
Absolutely. So I know we're going to have some people tapping in from your side. I know we're going to have some people tapping in from my side. I know we're going to have some people on Kenzo's side, a little bit of everybody in between. So to bring everybody up to speed, get everybody on the same page, can you, one, just tell us a little bit about yourself, and then two, just tell us what brings you on the Down to Business podcast today? Absolutely. Show.
Man. Like I said, I was born in MIA 305. Shout out to my Zoes and my mama. Born and raised in Tampa all my life, for real. Like, I'm really a product. I've been doing music since 5th grade on my mama. Ever just rapping, freestyling. Even then, it all came together after I want to say 8th grade. After that, bro, I really honed in and just, you know what, I'm about to take this shit serious. Right after that, it's stars on the roof, man. Like, elevating, bro, getting better, meeting new people, just avenuing around life, especially around here. And you mentioned the point, bro. It's very hard to even collab with folks because it's a big, little eyes, big views. Like, people want to be weird. You feel me? So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna just play my part, do my thing. But I see the people, they mess with music, and I appreciate that day, bro, because it just showed me, like, damn, bro, like, even though I don't know what some people from Mechanic Paint, it resonates. That's what I love from my mama. So, yeah, man, it's a blessing. Like, even right now, man.
Yeah, he was performing certain songs. Y'all was sitting in the doorway. And let me tell y'all, like, I had never heard these songs, but y'all ever just listen to certain music and you just start finishing the words and you just start anticipating the rhymes. We was really all in there flowing, man. I'm not gonna lie, he really bought the house, man. He really bought the vibes, and I'm excited for that. I love, like I said, we all have our favorite artists, people who we listen to day in and day out. But when you tap in locally, man, you see that these people are just as talented.
Right.
Man, it just opened your eyes and it really made you feel that good, bro. So you spoke on, just growing up in the music scene and how people are not always willing to collab. There's a lot of competition out there. There's a lot of people who want to be weird, everything like that. So back then, let's go back to 8th grade a little bit. When you really decided, I'm ready to hone in. I'm really ready to take this serious. What did those first couple of steps look like for you? Like, what were you doing? Were you meeting with people? Were you kind of solo dolo? What was that for you?
Shit, great. That's a great question. Damn. Oh, man, bro. If I'm really just going back, it was probably just a lot of ups and downs. Like, first of all, trying to get my flow right, trying to make sure this sounds good with that. And, like, when you ain't really got nobody to really look up to, like, I'll probably listen to, like, Wayne, Meek. You feel me? Like, probably old Cardi on my mama. But other than that, I really had nobody to look up to. Like, now I can probably say closest to what, Raw Wade on some real shit.
Yeah.
But other than that, no, man, I just honed in. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take it to even with like I ain't gonna lie, I'm doing my singing shit. I be doing my one too. I'm like, yo, you feel me? But altogether, like I was just kind of messed up with 8th grade because I was just getting a lot of trouble, just doing dumb shit on my mama. Nigga, skipping school, is doing all woo. But that really made me hone in myself. I was like, damn, like I really don't need this shit. Like I can really put all this shit and believe in myself. And bro, after that threshold, after graduating, you know what I'm saying, just getting some bullshit, I just went and started going to the studio, started writing music. Like one thing led to another, bro. You feel me? Like it was crazy. I feel like sometimes I'm like, was I even supposed to do this? Right. You feel me? Like it just all came together. I swear.
So back then too, thinking about you just graduated, new milestone, you being able to connect with people, you really kind of stepping into that space. What was your support system like? What were the people around you kind of saying? What feedback were you getting? Did you know friends who were in the music industry too? Was it competition? Were y'all kind of coming together? What was that scene like for you back then being here?
Front with friends, bro. It hit different when you see a lot of people that really don't support you. Like they'll do everything but just going out of the way and just supporting nigga music. Like I just be so off it, and now I'm just like, all right, bet you do you, I'm gonna do me, but I'm gonna show you what the fuck it is, and you gonna find out sooner or later. But I just hate being on that. People try to say it's cocky, nah, bro. Like I know what I'm capable of. Like niggas be trying to play, especially with family. Like you know with Zoes, bro, they just don't. They don't want to hear that shit, man. They don't want to hear you talking about music. Nah, like you gotta go put in this work, be a doctor, be whatever, nurse.
Right.
No, bro. Nah, like I told my mom, like, I love you, but I'm gonna focus on this dream. Even though to this day, go back and forth, you gotta do this, nah, like, cause I know what I'm capable of. Like you're not gonna tell me like this dream ain't gonna show. I don't care. I do not care. And even with bro, like he really was the one that kind of set things off because, like I said, I never had nobody to be around. So just even with collaborating, bro, just elevating, bro, it's crazy.
It takes a lot to be able to do that, man. To get feedback, especially from parents, from family, from people who you really look up to, people who raise you, support you, everything like that, and still stay steadfast to you. You know that's not the easiest thing to do, especially when we're looking. These are people who we look up to. These are people who inspire us. They motivate us. They care for us. We wouldn't be here without them in a sense. But like you said, it's a difference between cockiness and confidence. And I feel like when you're really confident in your abilities, when you know what you bring to the table, when you know what you can do, and sometimes I feel like we don't even always know our full potential. We know where we are at that moment. You know where you were back then. You know what you were doing. You know how you locked in. But now you look back on it, even when we were talking, I think about when I started the podcast back in 2019. Man, I knew what type of person I was. I knew I liked public speaking. I knew that was the type of time I was on. But man, to look now in 2023 and see some of the things that I'm doing, see what I'm achieving, see where I'm going, I wouldn't have thought that. Now, granted, was that me doubting myself? No, it was more so I just hadn't stepped into that space yet. So I didn't really know what came with it. Man, to think about some of the connections, people who I've talked to, rooms that I've been in, interviews that I've released, content that I've dropped, man, I smile and I thank God because it's just like, wow, like I had it in me all this time, but it really took it to come out. It took being in Tampa, it took being in North Carolina, it took really traveling and going different places, being at different showcases here.
Yeah, I lose a couple times, bro. I swear to God. Let's get to that, bro. I was losing, like, I gotta keep it G, bro. Like, wasting thousands of dollars, bro, just trying to make something shake. Bro, I'm not even cracking. Bro, there was times I was barely cracking 100, like 100, even 200. Like, I was like, damn, bro, like, It's just that's in the back of your mind. But like I said, that in person, like, oh yeah, I bought this shit. Man, that shit did one. I swear to God, I'm like, you know what? Let me just keep working. Maybe the numbers ain't really look right now, but it's gonna get there. I swear, and I know that shit.
And the fact that you have that type of confidence in yourself and your abilities, bro, it's going to take you light years ahead of everybody else, bro. Even when you're not necessarily moving at the pace you want to move, you're still moving. Slow progress is better
than no progress. On my mother, like, let's get to that. That's why I'm like, dude, even if it take another 10, maybe 15, hopefully not. Who knows? I just willing to go. I'm willing to do that shit.
Got you. Okay, so you spoke a little bit about who you listened to. You spoke a little even about who you emulated, things like that. So I want to kind of, for my followers out there, for somebody who has never listened to Ty Supreme, somebody who has never, make sure y'all get him on Apple Music. Like I said, he got some bangers on there. But for somebody who has never, tapped in, heard the music, anything like that, what can they expect when they're tapping into your sound? What can they expect when they click and play on some of your songs?
Real spill, like if I'm being honest, you're going to get the full real of what's going on. I'm not talking about those shooting. I'm not talking about those bullshit. I'm talking about what real people go through in real life. And like I said, people might come and say, oh, sound like raw way. That's cool. But on some real, I be talking about what's going on in my day-to-day. And I know some people may resonate because, bro, everybody go through trials and tribulations the same way. And when you hear that shit, and especially through a beat or whatever, what you want to call it, bro, you get like, oh, damn, like, bro, go through this shit too. And it's just, you make new creation, like not creation, you make new people surrounded with yourself with new things, and it's like all of a sudden you got 1,000 people being like, "Oh shoot, we on the same type of time." So it's just amazing, bro. Cause when you're trying to be on the come up, you would never assume so, cause all the hate, all the bullshit get aside. But on some real shit, like I would have never thought about this. I would have never thought like, "Oh damn, there's so many 100,000, whoever it may be, it's fucking with a nigga like on no matter what I'm talking about, like it just resonates." So that shit be hitting, man.
It's love, bro. It's love. When I even think about the podcast, I look at some of our analytics sometimes and see that when I found out we were getting played outside the United States, that blew my mind. And the countries, when I'm looking at countries and states I never even stepped foot in, tapping in, it just lets you know, one, how powerful word of mouth is, how powerful social media is, but then how powerful you are, how powerful your abilities are, because you did that too in a sense. You put it out there, you marketed it, however you promoted it, wherever you put it at, it got out there for a reason. It wasn't just, some of it could be luck, some of it could be some things sending people out, but a lot of it is still you, a testament to what you got going on, and a testament to you never giving up, because like you said, there were times you was barely cracking 100, 200, it was struggling. It was people probably telling you, yo, Ty, just chill, bro, like what you got going on. You saw through all of that, you kept going towards the light at the end of the tunnel, and while you be the first to say that you're not at the end of the tunnel, you a lot further in that tunnel than where you were when you started and what you got going on. That, so you said you pretty much born here, 305 Miami, raised in Tampa all your life.
You did. Shout out to Lil Haiti on my mama. Gotta give press that one. Yes, sir.
What does it look like for you when it comes to traveling? Is this something where you, with this music, with what you're doing now, with just your background, growing up, family, everything like that, do you want to be here long term? Do you see yourself outwards elsewhere? Have you been to other places and it's just like, wow, I got to get out here. I got to make something happen. What's that for you?
Me, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Shit. I've been this motherfucker all my life, bro. I'm just like, I gotta go ahead and explore, bro. You can't just sit on this motherfucker expecting people to come to you. Nah, you gotta go to the people. So that's what I'm like, bro, I gotta travel. I gotta do the whole loop. Like, even though sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, bro, I'm very introverted. I don't like talking to people. I swear to God, even when I was a kid, bro, like, you couldn't get nothing out of me, bro, unless, like, you would type shit. Bro, now I'm like, you know what? Let me just get out of this motherfucker and see what it is. Ever since probably, like, 2020, bro, talking about traveling, doing this, even with bro, like, we just hitting the road. And like I said, with new experience, bro, it give you that confidence. Like, you know what? Fuck that shit. We put it over here. That's why I'm trying to go out even more in Atlanta. Like, fucking the boys. Shout out to them boys in Atlanta on my mama. Like, I swear to God, we locked in and stuff. But like, even then, bro, you just meet new people. It's like, it just give you that confidence of knowing, like, all right, bro, you gotta stop being like, okay, I gotta sit on my little stoop, just hoping that they're gonna fuck me. Bro, you gotta go out there. You gotta take risks. Risk come reward on my mama. That's why I was just making excuses. Like, that's why I tell people, stop making excuses. Like, don't be the type to be, oh, well, I ain't gotta do this, I ain't gotta do that. I'm too cool for that bullshit. Nah, nigga, get your ass out there, do you. I swear to God. I be telling bro all the time, like, nah, man, we gotta step out. We gotta go. Even the places where I don't want to go, like, talking about the boonies, like, you feel me? You didn't want to go, but it's like, you know what? That's a whole new people, a whole new community that you didn't even tap into. They might even fuck with it. You just never know.
And it's always once you get to, I feel like once you just get to a certain point of life, like not even about really being a business owner, entrepreneur, artist, anything like that. Once you've just lived, once you just experienced a certain amount, you kind of just get that effort attitude. That just like, I don't really care what happens on the end of this. All I can say is that me, Ty, Kenzo, tomorrow, we tried. We went out, we did what we had to do, we did whatever. So, and like you said, you also have to think about on the back end, that's a new community. Those are people who never heard you, who may love the type of music that you bring, but how would you know if you ain't really go?
If you never tried.
Right. And sometimes, you're not going to be able to please everybody. That's okay. I don't want to be for everybody.
Swear to God.
I need people not to like me, not to really like what I do. Okay, because that way I know that it's no fake energy. Everything is authentic. If you really tapping in with the podcast, if you really tapping in with me, it's because you like what I do. It's because you invested in me in some way. We could be friends, we could be family, but yes, I know a lot more strangers thoroughly invested into the podcast than my own friends, than my own family, than my own IG. And that's what we need as artists, as up and coming people. Because once you get to that, you got to think about the Beyoncés, the Jay-Z's, the Waynes, Drakes, whatever you want to. Everybody, any industry, anybody who you want to talk about. For them, they weren't always in the limelight. They weren't always just the hottest thing. And even still to this day, even some people who call Beyonce their favorite, Jay-Z their favorite, Drake. I call Drake my favorite. I'll be the first to tell you he got some whack music out there for sure. Like that's just how it goes, bro. But am I still a Drake fan? Am I still genuinely invested in what he got going? For sure. So you want that with you and everything that you got going on just the same. So, all right. Thinking about all that you've done so far, all the collaborations, all the performances, everything, and then even thinking about what's upcoming. Well, I guess this is a two-part question. One, what are you most proud of to this day? What do you look back on? What do you think about some adversity that you overcame, a situation that you were in it may not have looked good for you in the beginning. It may have challenged you a little bit. It may have caused you to take a couple steps back, but you fell down, and nonetheless, you may have stumbled a little bit, rolled a little bit, but at the end of the day, you still got back up and you prevailed through. What was some big adversity that came your way and you really had to overcome?
My brother, I'm gonna tell you this one story, bro. We supposed to do a show, right? Bro, I tell y'all the most. I think it was my second show with my mama. Bro, I swear, even though I was pouring my ass off, there was like 5 people in that video. Only 5. I'm talking about they just drink. They ain't even worried about a nigga. Oh my mama, I'm like, oh damn, like y'all cold. Right. But just seeing that, I'm like, bro. When I got back in that car, bro, I'm not saying, bro, my heart made me different. I'm like, dog, like hopefully it's not gonna be the same way. But like, bro, I never want to feel that shit ever again. Even now, bro, like I do shows, whatever. I am grateful because it's like, all right, you still came out, you supported me, but altogether, I'm like, damn, bro. That's why I gotta tap in. I really gotta put my 2 freaking front feet in, bro. Just kind of do that, like just kind of stop being scared, and all reality, just stop worrying about. Like I said, to go back to the numbers, the people, and all together, because it's gonna come soon. But like that really was the one that really hit me for sure, bro. Like. I think that's how I am now, bro, because now I'm just grateful for every single moment. You know what I mean? Like I want some real shit. I'm just glad I am where I am right now. Because even though I did this one show, bro, I tell you, bro, these people was chanting, doing a whole move. Like, hey, I ain't gonna, they hit nigga deep. I'm like, yo, if it's gonna be like this, oh yeah, we finna keep rocking. So, like, the adversity, you just kind of overachieve, like, underachieving in that sense. Like, it got a minute nigga tighten up in this. I'm like, nah, I never want to feel that. I feel that way, my bad. And I'm just like, dog, I know I'm like worthy for greater. I just know that shit. I know it.
Come on now. And that's, man, it's so many building character moments with performers, but just in the entertainment industry in general, man. It's a tough place to be.
Swear.
It's a tough place to be because when they love you, you up and all of that. But they don't like you, or when you in a different light or a negative situation or something, they'll make you feel it, And to have that, to put that pride aside, and like you said, look at those 5 people and still go and still give it your all, man. That's character. That says a lot about just you as a person, because you think about a lot of different situations, a lot of different people. They would have walked away, or they would have even had performers, or they would have been. They would have wanted money back, or they would have just left.
Gave up. I know.
You know what I mean?
I know a lot of niggas that gave up. I swear to God, bro. Like, I don't know how many times, especially now in high school, every person I collab with, bro, I'm talking, nothing. You don't hear about damn thing. I'm like, it's crazy because they had the talent. They should have had the charisma, bro. They ain't got nothing. I'm like, you know what? That's cool. Now they still see me, obviously, like, oh, you still doing the whoop. But, bro, you stop believing in yourself. Now you trying to work this whole little whoop. You forgot who you are. You forgot about the dream. I can't, bro. And my mama, like, I'm just built different. I just know I was raised so like if you stick to something, finish that shit. Don't quit. Like especially something that you really love to do. Like bro, it just senseless. So I get that shit. Like especially the downs, people like, you gotta really look like okay, maybe this is what it is right now, but shit, what about 2 months from now? It could be different. It's all about how you want to go about it. I swear to God.
For sure. And sometimes I really have to tell people with me, like, there have been certain opportunities that I've just declined or have chose not to take part in just because as a person, for me, anything that I put my name on, anything that I step into, anything that I tell you I'm going to do or make happen or become a partner with you, however, let's collaborate, anything, I always put my best foot forward, always, So if I feel like I can't do that or if I feel like something is going to take me being able to give 110% effort, then I'm not going to do it. It's not even, sometimes I feel like some people may take it personal or some people may take it towards their brand specific or what they have going on.
For sure.
No, honestly, what it is that I'm just trying to do you a favor and say that, hey, I'm not going to be able to give all my effort towards this, whether it be because I have prior obligations, just have things going on, or just I'm not in that space, or maybe I don't fully believe in the mission or invest in it, whatever the case may be. Whether you're my friend or not, just I think some people have to come to that understanding that people do things for different reasons. Everybody's, pride and what they have, their charisma, that character. Like you said, ego is, bro, and it'll really take you. It'll kill you. You can live by it, you could die by it, just the same. So for me, I say that out there to a lot of people because I don't necessarily always explain it in that way. I'll kind of just politely decline or anything like that. But I just know how I am as a person. Anything that I do, podcast, job, extracurriculars, I'm full force. I'm gung ho with it. So if I feel like I can't really do that, especially when it's not mine, it's nothing like not being able to fully support somebody on their mission. Nobody's ever going to go as hard for Todd Supreme as Todd Supreme. Nobody's ever going to go as hard for Down to Business as, I am. But you can have people who support, who believe in it just the same. But for me, if I can't go all in with it, I'm going to just step back out of it. So that's another perspective. No,
sometimes you got to be careful because a lot of niggas get their feelings like, quick. Bro, you know how many times you almost got to get to a touch just because niggas said whoop, especially a couple producers, like engineers. Bro, like, I just got to chill, bro. Like, that's why I'm like, I don't even put no ill will, no feelings towards it. At the end of the day, it really just a business. It's just, obviously, a lot of people put their passion onto it. But come on, dog. We all want to get the same goals. Like, why are you trying to kill out my career or wherever my path just because you feel a type of way? Be like, oh, okay, like, this thing being weird. Blah, blah, blah. I'll just be so tired of it. Especially, that's what I'm talking about, especially around Tampa. A lot of niggas have hella animosity. Like, it's weird. It's so weird. I'll be off on my mama.
That's how it be, bro. That's how it be. So you brought up producing, engineers, and everything like that. When it comes to what you do specifically as an artist, what do you do? Are you just strictly on the music side of things? Because I've talked to a lot of artists recently, both on interviews and just in regular conversation, where they start to involve themselves in so many different things just to cut out those middlemen, just to not have to deal with other people. So what does that look like for you currently? Is this something where you produce, you engineer, you the beats and things like that, or are you kind of just strictly with the music? You'll rather get all the extra stuff. What do you really want to do?
I'm on the engineering tip. Okay. I'm fucking on the engineering tip, bro. Because I'm already knowing, like, that's just it's going to take me a long way. That's why I know with the rapping, yeah, we can do it up, but you really got to hone on these skills. Because, first of all, niggas is taxing out the wazoo. Like, you got me, if I'm not paying you X amount of nothing. Like, and plus two, like, niggas not really genuine no more. It's all about, okay, you want this type of amount, okay, you're going to do it up. And I can see, bro, people just be playing games like, dog, I'm just not with the whole little shit. So I've been honing on the engineering shit, been just going crazy on, just trying to learn, bro. Like, I'm just looking at it what it is. Like, what's wrong with it? Just knowing more, especially something about your purpose. Like that's really what it is. So I'm like, even with the beats, it's a hit and go on my mom. But not
working on it.
I swear, yeah, working on it. We get to it though, like slowly but steady. I've been fucking with the engineering, bro. Been a blessing to see, and hopefully one day I am gonna get better. But altogether, shit, I just been with this rapping on my mama.
Said stick with it, man. Okay, so now even to follow up with that now, so the rapping, what you got going on now, for what you can disclose for with the people listening, the people tapping in, what you got coming, what you got going on, what you working on. Don't give us too much because we don't want to spoil nothing. But for what you could tell the people out there, for what you want the listeners and your audience and your followers to know. What you got shaking? What's up?
Okay, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Day and night, I must say that is all right now. I'm getting low-key feedback. Music videos on the way. Haitian Hearted, bro. That's been. I gotta say this, bro. Like, that's a project I've been working for dang near 4 to 5 years right now. Just slowly but steady. Just because that's really my baby right there. Like, I've been putting so much time in it. I'm like, bro, this bitch gotta go. It gotta go. If it don't, somebody gotta go. but real shit, that shit, I cannot wait for the people to hear it. But I tell you, it's really my story from top to bottom. I do it all, no skips, and that's just me. Like, and I know a lot of people say, oh yeah, like this shit bang, but nah, bro, like this really is some heat. Like, I can show you, but I can tell you. Like I said, I can show you, but I can tell you.
Okay, seeing is believing, and I want y'all to kind of, just in case y'all missed what he said, I want to emphasize it again. He said he's been working on this project for 4 to 5 years. 4 to 5 years. So that's, think about what you've done the last 4 or 5 years of your life. Like, have you done something consistently? Have you done different things? Have you been in a job that long? I haven't. This is the longest I've held a job. I'm going on 2 years in July. That's the longest I've ever held a job. I think the last thing I did for 4 years probably school. And I think about how long that was. I think about everything that I did within school. It was so many different things. It was so many different entities. But for him to just be on that project for 4 to 5, that's, come on now. I'm celebrating 4 years this year with the podcast. And I think about everything that entailed with that. So for him to be focused in, honed in on something, really giving that energy to it, I can't wait till it drops, y'all. So just make sure
I gotta give you a flower game because for real, 4 years, bro. Not a lot of niggas can even do 1 year. So on some real shit, bro. Like, keep that shit up. And like I said, even just being here, super humble right now, bro. It's a blessing. Just
like I said, man, y'all boys really stood out to me, and it was just a blessing to be able to see that. So I kind of want to even go back to that. So, like I said, for those of y'all who may have missed it in the beginning or may kind of be just at different points on the IG Live, anything like that. So I actually met Todd through Coachman Creations. Shout out my boy Jay Coachman, man. Big shout out to everything that he got going on. Just wrapped up with the Lupus Showcase and everything like that, and we got more coming. But we met back in February for Valentine's and Create. We did a dope event. We had some poets, we had some artists, everything of the sort. How did you come up on that roster? How did you come up as a performer? What really was that connection like? And what was your experience that night, really, from just the crowd feedback to just you performing, everything you had going on?
Like, that was probably one of the ones that I was super grateful for. Like I said, shout out to Coach, bro, because I'm a very timid. I don't like niggas. I don't like it. So just tapping in with bro, it's like, oh damn, bro, genuine. I don't know who's think he really gonna give you that opportunity. Bro, when I tell you, when I hit that stage, like, even though like it was a little crazy, it was all worthwhile because just me, like, you, other people was like, oh shit, like, this nigga go, like, on my mama. But I got that shit on myself sometimes. I'm like, oh, I'm not knowing. And I like to watch the energy. When I seen the crowd, I was like, okay,
we was turning.
Okay. We was turning. Like, that low key did me different. So I'm like, all right, bet. I'm gonna catch y'all with this one. Like, probably towards the next event, like, I don't know if you're gonna be there, bro. For shit show, I'm got some shit on wait for them. But that, I don't know, man. Just doing it up and it made me feel good, bro. Cause I know, even though, like I said, some people may not vote it, but other people that did, I reflected that way more. Cause I was like, oh man, for sure. Like, you just gonna do it up. And I know there's probably about another group of 20 people, another group of 30 people on the same type of time. I just gotta just keep going, bro. Just keep going. But bro, that shit, it really, if anything, got me more charisma, got me more confidence, because I'm like, all right, baby. Like, it was just different. It was for sure different.
I feel like we talked a lot today about just up and coming, being local, having to fight through that adversity, not always getting the support that you want. I think about so many different artists that I've talked to, whether it be on the podcast, people who I know, people who I follow, everything like that. What do you say to artists out there, local to their city, whether it be Florida, well, local to their state in this case, but cities, states, countries, everything like that? What do you say to artists out there who are on the come up, who are working towards a goal, who are knocking out projects, who have been working on things, who may not be getting all the opportunities that they want, but they take advantage of the opportunities that they get? What do you say to artists who are thinking about quitting some days, or having bad days, or not getting the numbers that they want, or not maybe getting the feedback that they want, or things are not moving as fast as they want? What do you say to them to kind of keep them motivated, to kind of keep them going when you think about your journey, your story, how you've come?
Man, I would definitely say, even though niggas might sound corny, bro, believe in God, bro. Keep God first. And that's some real ass shit that anybody can really tell you. But, bro, when I tell you, man, when you put all that trust in God, it's like, all right, man, I'm going to just put it, even though it may be a little rough at the beginning, but once you put that trust in, it's like, all right, you're going to do it up. Just stay patient. Stay patient. Like, everything, I know some people, they get lucky. It's like, all right, they can take off. Some people may not be the same story. You have to be patient because it's so, you're going to keep wondering, what if, like, why is this chill? Like, Probably, like I said, 5, 10 down. You just never make no, bro. You gotta stay humble. Like that, if that for real, that's one thing I really study because I know if I get overheaded, like nigga be like, oh hell nah, like this nigga built too much beautiful. He even on that, he even like that. I'm like, you tripping. That's why I'm like, I gotta keep a cool head. Knowing that like, bro, I'm not bigger than the program. Nobody's ever bigger than the program on my mama. Lastly, you can probably 2 more. Staying consistent. You got to, bro. Like nobody's gonna wait 3, 4 months for another song every time. Like you can't be a Cardi. You can't be a Drake one to drop every 2 or a Kendrick. No, bro. You gotta keep feeding the audience. You keep feeding the people. They want to hear more. Don't be a crab. Be like, oh nah, I'm too cool. I'm just gonna go to the studio. Nah, because you're gonna be mad as hell when the fan base stop fucking with you. All right now, all right. But I swear to God, and you have to take risks. You can't be on no local shit. You gotta be out and about, bro. You gotta make your face known to people, different communities, different people, bro. You have to. If you stay in that one crowd, you're always gonna be stuck in that one crowd. I swear to God.
Tell me, even think about just the music that you listen to. As a lot of people, we have diverse music palettes. So you might catch some slow jams one day, some country one day, oldies another day. So you also have to think about the audience base for that. You know, growing up, I used to think that there was only a certain demographic of people that would listen to hip hop or rap until I started traveling different places. And I'm like, they listen to the same stuff we listen to. People putting me on stuff that I ain't never heard before, but this thing go. Like, I ain't never heard this artist before. But this joint fire, we got Dirk collabing with Morgan Wallen, like cross genre. So you also have to think about, come on now, you got to think about different. You have to think about when appealing to different people, what you like and how you may not like things that everybody likes or what's the norm, or you may have unorthodox taste and things like that. So think about that with your craft, with your service, when you're marketing, when you're promoting. Sometimes your audience is not always who you think it is or who you want it to be more. So I think that's where we really get caught up at. We know who we want to appeal to, and so we'll just keep going at it when they might not be rocking with it, or they may not be liking what you're doing specifically right now. It may take, because with the podcast, I noticed the same thing. If I wasn't talking about things that were of interest to people, then I didn't get those people. Mm-hmm. But the minute I started bringing on the hair, the beauty, the makeup, the fat, then I started getting different crowds. The minute I started talking about real estate, then I started getting different crowds. The minute we went to healthcare, I started getting different crowds. So it's all about where you are in that moment. It's not to say people don't like what you're doing, they don't support you, but everybody also has interest. Everybody also has an agenda just the same. They like what they like, just like you. You're not going to watch, you're not just going to turn on the TV and just keep a show there that you don't like. No, you're going to find something that you like. You know, or you're going to record what you like. You're going to tap into what you like. Or when you got your favorite teams or things like that, you're not about to watch nobody else when your favorite team is playing. So you have to think about it like that from a business perspective, from an artist perspective, music perspective, everything of the sort, man. So
and niggas got to know, bro. Yeah. Like, you cannot, like I said, no emotion. The student, they didn't want the students you start showing emotions, they're going to call you weird. Like, oh yeah, you doing too much. Get that boy out of here. But I tell you, just keep everything playing, keep it a business mindset. Bro, when I tell you, bro, behind the scenes, when they get to chatting, bro, like I said, that's when they get weird, dog. So, and never show your hand. Never show your hand. They gonna fuck around, take your car out. You feel me? All right, that's what I'm saying, bro.
That's what Young Boy said. I could give you a clue. What I cannot do is show you my hand. So, before we wrap up, we tell everybody where to find you at, where to tap in with you at, get all the music and everything like that. What is, well, 2 things, I guess, but the first one I'm gonna ask you, what is a collaboration, a partnership, something that must happen for you when it's all said and done, whether it be by the end of this year, whether it be when you decide to call your music career, just retire from the music game, whatever you do. When it's all said and done, when you look back on your career, when you look back on everything that you've done, that you've accomplished, that you've amassed, everything, what's something that you have to have on that list?
That's a valid ass question. Like in regards to like an artist or like
anything. It could be life, it could be music related. What's just something that when you reach that point in time where you look back and you just like, I'm good. What's something that you checked off that box?
Bro, that's a good question, dog. Living right with my family, like when I have kids and shit, like living right with them, living large, dog. Like that's really what I want. Like fuck the fame, bro, the money straight, but nah, for me, bro, it's all about family. Swear to God, bro. As long as my kids are straight, as long as my mother, my peoples, I'm happy as ever. Like you can't tell me nothing. Even like just out and about, bro. I swear, money is not gonna change a nigga. I'm always gonna be the same southern nigga. I swear to God, bro. So, and even just then, getting my first platinum, my first gold, like that's gonna be different. I swear to God, like, or even then, Like a lot of like a feature for sure. Gotta be a nigga from the city. I swear I can't think on. I want to say Rod Wave.
Yep.
Shit, probably Kodak on my mama. Even though niggas hating, like I really don't give a fuck about the music. That nigga Boston Rich shit.
Yeah.
5. Like I don't give a fuck who said what. Shout out to my boy though. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't with the shit. But bro, snapping. Like shout out to everybody because Florida got that shit on lock. I swear to God. So now I'm finna do my one too. But definitely on my list, definitely Rob, bro.
Okay.
Put on for the city.
Come on now. And that all them tracks gonna go crazy. You hop on that thing like that. So I love it. So now last thing. So before we get into social media, everything like that, do you feel like there's anything we haven't touched on today? Any last words that you want to leave for people out there tapping in, whether it be about what you do, whether it be about music, whether it be about life, anything like that? Just any last that when you got your audience tapping in, my audience tapping in, any last thing that you want the people to hear from you?
So, damn, bro. All I say for real is be on the lookout for this music videos. Like when I tell you, I've been working on this couple songs, this whole album, whatever you want to call it, for a long ass time. Like I'm gonna really need y'all to sit down and listen to that shit because I'm telling you, bro. Like even though, like I said, it's on some local shit, it's not even being copied. It's just called confidence. You would never hear nobody like me. I'm just, like I said, I'm just the original. I gotta keep it real. And I can't, it's not even me flexing. If y'all take it as flexing, it is what it is. But on some real shit, I know what I got to say. In regards to any shows, just please be on the lookout. Like I know damn well I got a couple shows on the way. I gotta promote that shit. Like just all together, man. Like the music is coming. The vibes, like they always gonna be there type shit. I don't know, man. I got a clothing line on the way, which I'm hella excited for. I forgot to say that. I
Got that in there.
We're doing it up. But all together, man, shit. Just be on the lookout, man. Fuck with me. If any producers, engineers, bro, whoever want to, let's tap in. Let's lock in, bro. But shit. I ain't got nothing to say.
But, okay, so last thing now, arguably the most important thing to make sure that we get the networks in there, we getting you in front of the right people and the exposure. Let everybody know where they can find you from social media to just Apple Music and SoundCloud, websites, anything you got. Let everybody know where to tap in with you at.
Well, get this straight. So for you, IG, bro, _TY Supreme. You feel me? I think uppercase T. Just tap in, bro. Anything on the Apple Music, straight away, Ty Supreme. You gonna click that bit right away. Same shit with Snap. Just type a nigga whatever. Same shit with Twitter. Like everything probably gonna be Ty Supreme. You gonna find me, but everything for IG definitely _TY Supreme. And with the music video, y'all gotta check out Sleep Is Nice. That bitch is out now. That bitch damn good. A lot of performance almost at 40K, which I am blessed about. I ain't never thought I was gonna do that shit on my mother. So thank God for that shit. For real. I gotta check that shit out. Day and Night's out now. Haitian Hearted out now. Like y'all gotta be on the lookout. Just forward your boy.
Come on now. So look, y'all heard it all. We tapping in local. We tapping, but he's around. He's definitely, not only did he give a word to the people out there that are up and coming, but he gave the word to the people that are out there now. We be better together than we are separate. Collaboration will always way over competition. So tap in with my boy Ty Supreme, man. We even got somebody dope coming after him, so I'm excited for that. Like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna get the IG live. That I'm gonna get an IG live. That y'all rock with me today. So, but very happy to connect with him. Big shout out once again to Jay Coachman for putting us in the room together, allowing those connections to be made. And big shout out to you, bro, for just following up for me, making it happen. But to everybody out there who continuously taps in, whether you tapping in for the first time, the 50th, the 100th time, I appreciate you. I love you. I thank you. This has been another episode of the Down to Business podcast here with Tamar Turner.